fixed it and then I unfixed it. So good morning. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? I am crafty, ma'am. Let me see if I can put you guys down like a hair. Alright. If you are hopping in, say hello. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay, let me know you were here. I am just organizing a couple of things. And then we're going to get working on stuff. Super cute. Hi, Nina. Whoops. Sure. Let's just throw our stuff around the shelf. I have stuff everywhere. Hi, Maricela. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Peggy. I am opening up my computer. Hi, Patty. Hi, Jenna. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. You know how it is. Evelyn, I gotta get her like organized and ready to go before I come down. And she got up at like 8. But hi, Jess. How you doing? She got up at like 8, but I wanted to make sure she was good to go before I came down here. So there's that. Oops, this is not. Hi, Heather. If you guys don't know, that is Heather, that Heather Mogar, that always comes in our lives. So if you want to help her out and follow, you guys go ahead and do so. I don't know if Heather has any plans on going live or anything like that. Maybe. But if we go give her a follow, I might encourage. I don't know what's going on. It's literally like there's nothing on the screen. Hi, Diana. Hi, Quincy. Just waiting for my computer to load so I can have comments down here. Good morning. Hello. All right. So I have some new cookie cutters. They are available already, and they'll be in 4, 6, and if you really want 8, but we didn't even put 8 on the printers, you can message me if you would like them. What the heck is going on? It's annoying. The cat just scared herself. She jumped in the window and jumped. I don't know what's going on. My page will not load. My page won't load. Baby steps. I mean, I'm all okay with people. If they don't want to go live, why force it? I mean, there's a lot of people that go live and then they don't like it and then they stop. So, you know, do what you think you're going to be comfortable with. Let me see. I've always gone live, even just to show like my projects and stuff when I did craft shows. So I was never, it never scared me. I don't, you know, I'm one of those people that really don't care if people don't like what I'm showing. They don't have to stay. It's not for everyone. And if you're saying, you're trying to say it's not for everyone. So I cut these out last night. I am going to tell you these are very intricate cutters. They are very detailed. Cat sniffing my stuff. I don't know where to put it at. They're very detailed, so they have like the hair and everything. Hi, baby. Don't take that as an invitation to eat that. The string hanging. Right. And so like this one, I haven't tried yet. Very, very pretty. I was trying to make sure you should, how many different tries with these cutters. Crazy. So then this one, so I cut this one out yesterday with the test print, and that is actually this one. And then I kind of went back in and adjusted some things, and then it became this one. So you see how there's still like no neck, which it doesn't necessarily have to have one, right? You can definitely make that pretty without it. So then we adjusted it again, and now it's a full cutter. So sometimes these very detailed cutters, I don't just make it and it's one shot. Sometimes it takes multiple different. Yes, I hope all is well with your surgery. So then yesterday with the first one, so I added the nose. It does have like an imprint mark where the nose is supposed to go, but I just added one just to see what it would look like. And then I did some stickling. And all this shading is with makeup. So I'm going to kind of show how I kind of did that. So first of all, we'll do the cutter I haven't done yet. Actually, maybe we'll do both. So I have, I typically, by the way, this is Live Sales and Crafting Down South, Craft Day. And Shelby was up before me. Yeah, Heather, you never came over yesterday. So if you're coming over today, let me know. Me and Evelyn are going to go on a little adventure in a little bit. She was a little crabby this morning, but I knew I was going live, so it didn't matter. But I use cooking spray. You can use Pam. You can use generic. I have used the original cooking spray, which is like butter, whatever. But this is typically the one I use is olive oil. A lot of people use different kinds of hi Alyssa, hi Lisa. A lot of people use different, oh, I put my clay behind here. Hold please. A lot of people use different types of oil. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi Holly. I would say, try stuff out. You might not like what I use. You might like something different. I don't use coconut oil. It's a little bit, I started to watch her live, Alyssa, but I didn't get all the way through before I had to come live. So I will go back and check it out. She was working on a reindeer and a present thing and talking about Bigfoot. And so I really did watch, I promise. She's having a little party today. I wonder if they're getting the rain that we're getting here today. I hope they don't. But we're supposed to get rain today, but we were also supposed to get rain yesterday. And I'm glad I didn't trust the forecast because, my stuff needed watered bad. So I just watered it last night. I said, screw it. I'm just going to go. Oh, okay. It's okay. I kind of waited around and then I ended up leaving the house. I ended up going to, and I have to go back to Dollar Tree today. I'm so annoyed with them. Like, their whole pricing lately has been a mess. And you have to check your receipts. Hi, Anise. How you doing? So I did go to Dollar Tree and get some of these. And what's the other one? The other one is this one. That Straight Jacket Jen was showing. Look at how cute those are. And then I got some other stuff. I got some potion bottles. They have these glass ones. I wish they were plastic, but I could totally do a print on those and do something. But these are the things I'm mad about. I have to take them back and make them fix it because, so I would still pay $5 for these, not gonna lie, but they're marked as 3. And if they're marked as 3, they should have been 3. They're 5. So that's their bad. They should probably honor it. But look at these. Look how big they are. I could totally do so much with this. And actually, I was going to make the apple pie that Straight Jacket Jen made. And, but I couldn't find the sponges. So I'll have to check out and find the sponges somewhere. And then I'm going to Dollar Tree and getting them to adjust. Because I bought 3 of them, so that's $6. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Jennifer. Are you sneaking in? Hi, Ruby. Good morning, Martha. So anyways, I oiled my cutter really well. I made sure it looks like it's pretty oiled. I put my impression down first. I made sure I went around with my fingers, spread it out really good on there. This is the 6-inch one. You want a banana? Okay. It's banana time. You got a sticker? You have clay in your hair.
I did. Yeah.
So she said a Walmart carries them for $1. They didn't have them at Dollar Tree. I looked. It's the yellow sponges. I know the lady's like, you want it all the way off? You just peel it yourself, honey, because I don't really want banana all over my hands. They're the yellow sponges, and I thought, it's not my fault. So, whatchamacallit? The lady kept showing me, like, and I kept saying to, hi, Kelly, welcome in. The lady kept saying, this sponge, I'm like, I told you like 3 times, it's a yellow sponge, and it needs to be yellow. And I said that, and she kept showing me, like, blue sponges and all the things. And I'm like, yeah, she's not getting it. It's all right. She's probably like, why the heck does it have to be a specific color? And I did say I use it for crafting. So, do the impression first. And I did have a little bit of trouble pulling it up, but it's because I probably didn't oil it enough, but that's okay. Yep. You want me to take that? I really don't want this in my garbage, but hold on to your banana. Hold on to your banana. Evelyn, it's going to fall on the floor, for the love of God. I have no garbage bag in my garbage, so this is great. You know, there's a trash can upstairs, perfectly suitable for your banana. Hold on to your banana. There you go. Good job. Go eat it. I swear, if I find a banana smashed somewhere, I'm going to be really upset. It's yummy. Yum. Go eat that. So then you pull off your cutter. Now on the bottom here, it left a little more, okay, a little more than I want. You can always go back in with like an X-Acto or whatever, or you could just leave it and color it in. I mean, nobody's going to notice. And then there's a little bit around the hat. I'm going to have to cut that with the scissors. Or you could leave it and just rhinestone it. It's a little bit more of a brim. Maybe that's actually how it's supposed to be in them. Oh, there is. Okay, see, I would have cut that off. So then you clean up your edges. And then look at how she cuts. So cool, right? So that's that one. And it's meant to have all these ridges and stuff because it's meant to look like that. Like to have all that definition, right? So I'm going to flip this one over here. And I'm going to put this one on here. And we're going to actually, we'll work on that one. So these are both the 6-inch ones. Like I said, I have multiple. I'm just going to stick this in here for right now. And, you know, if you're just coming in, we're working on the witch cutters, which I'm going to tell you I've been working on for a hot minute. before Straight Jacket Jen actually printed them, the AI images, we were discussing witches and stuff like that. And I started working on them, but honestly, I need my husband's help when I do a lot of my 3D printing stuff. I can't just do it on my own. And if I could, it would have been done. These are my cutters. I make cookie cutters. I can't do it on my own. I'm learning, but I'm still learning. So unfortunately, I need his help. So I have to wait for him to be available. And a lot of nights he works till 6 or 7. And when he gets home, it's like he has an hour drive. So it's hard, to, do things. And with Evelyn lately, she's been getting up super early. So I've been going to bed earlier. So we haven't had time to work on a lot of stuff. So, it's challenging when you want to make stuff. So I'm learning, and I learned yesterday how to create the cutter, get it to the point to where he can just print it. So that's a good thing. So I've already cut this cutter, but in phase 1 and 2. So this is now phase 3. So this was phase 1, if you came in late. So she, doesn't have she just has her head and her hair, which is fine. That was phase 1. Phase 2, I added in, some pumpkins and leaves and all kinds of cool things. And then was like, well, what if we added in her neck? So phase 3 will be the one. Where is the banana? Phase 3 is where she has her neck, and it's a full cutter. So this one we're going to try out. So we're going to not place it on top of the banana. I am just putting it on my garbage can. You don't have, you could spray it wherever you spray it. A lot of times I put down a paper towel and then I spray them, but because the garbage can is right here and there was a paper towel right on top of the garbage, I decided to use that. So I put the paper towel on top. So I sprayed it, and then you're going to want to make sure all of your stuff is sprayed, and I think this needs another spritz. I could tell it's not as oily. It doesn't bother me to get the oil on my fingers, so I'm okay with going around and, just using my fingers to spread it out. Some people will use a paintbrush dipped in oil, and some people will spray it and then use so this has to go back to the drawing board. There's a couple pieces that are loose, so that's fine. I'm going to still use it just to show you guys, and then I'm going to, so then I always do the impression first. And I pull it off. Why is there red clay on my desk? And then I cut it out. So baby oil has never worked for me. I've tried it. It always sticks like crazy. I showed it. I spray it with some sort of Pam. I use the olive oil one. Like I said, some people use olive oil. Some people use the yellow can, which is the butter kind. Some people use coconut oil. Some, everybody has their own preference. I suggest just trying what you have and seeing if you like it. So there's how it cuts out. Looks pretty awesome. So I'm just going to squish it up because I've already got 3 of that same one cut out. So we'll put it here. Yeah, you could spray it with whatever oil you have. Try it out. See if you like it. If it sticks really bad, then try something else. I use olive oil cooking spray in my kitchen. So typically, I just take the one that I have in my kitchen, and when I run out, I go up to my kitchen and grab another one, and then I buy a new one for the kitchen. So it works best for me. I don't use coconut oil because I know people that are allergic to it. And I mean, I know it dries up and probably is fine, but I would hate for somebody with a coconut allergy to touch my project and have a reaction and then keep having reactions and reactions and not be able to figure out what the heck they're allergic to in their own home. That is my fear. But, hi Maureen. So, this is the one I'm going to work on. I have to figure out names for these. So, this is the one, it's a side view. And then this is the one I worked on yesterday. And this is perfect for Maureen because she was asking how to use stickles. Now on this, I did not use stickles as, I used it kind of as a highlighter. And you see how it turned out? Okay, so I did this in like a skin color. And it's kind of because I wanted to skip a step of coloring her face. Do I want her to have open eyes? Probably not. I'm just going to make her eyes closed just because it's easier. So she is going to be, what colors? I was going to try to do her like more traditional colored, not Halloween, but more traditional colors. So I think I'm going to make her eyelids more of a dark brown. So yesterday I was peeling a brim off of an order and I stabbed my fingertip. And so it really hurts. Took a little chunk out. So I'm trying not to use that fingertip. And let me tell you, trying not to use your pointer finger is like impossible. So you can put like some resin eyes in there. If you're good at painting, you could paint some eyes in there. Yeah, you got those. Those are great. You got it. You can do whatever works for you. Uh-huh. So I just put a little clay in there. And then I'm going to give her, you know, all her facial features. My tools. Let me find my... Evelyn disrupted all of these yesterday. She was playing for a couple hours. She disrupted all of my stuff. Alright. So. Oh yeah, it hurt. And all day yesterday, it was terrible. All day yesterday. Every time I'd wash my hands, every time I'd use the printers to do something, it was terrible. Terrible. Alright. Actually, I don't want this one. To find. So I have a pencil one and then I have a brush one. For like something like this, I don't want the brush one. Giving her eyeliner. So she has eyelashes and eyeliner. If you're more comfortable with just putting some, hi Joanne. If you're more comfortable, this, that one's a mess. I buy it wherever I find it. Honestly, Amazon is like our biggest one. We have bought it literally everywhere. Hobby Lobby. We used to buy it at Joann Fabrics. Anywhere that has it. I'm willing to try mostly any kind, and if I end up not liking it, I never buy it again. But we buy it literally everywhere, wherever I can find it. What is happening here? I literally moved one thing and disrupted my entire balance here. This belongs here. All right, so I'm going to pull out my makeup. Now, if you're really good with painting, you can paint these. Oh, this one? Yeah, I don't know. It probably Amazon. I think this one might be from Micro Center. I'm not sure. Honestly, I have so much filament. I literally have a rack that's like 8 foot tall and it's full right now. 4. I didn't realize I had the macaron stack right there. That's funny. All right. All right, so I just did her eyes. The color scheme on this one, I think I'm going to do more of like a traditional Halloween. So I think I'm going to make her hat like a burnt orangey color. So I'm going to start off. And honestly, I'll use this big brush. And then I'm going to go in with a paintbrush to finer detail it. And a lot of times I just sticking it on there so it doesn't stick to my desk. I just pick it up. And this way, you know, I'm going around getting everywhere. Hold on. I just smeared her. Okay. And the nice thing for me is if I use, I know you can wipe paint off too, but I don't know. I feel more comfortable wiping makeup off if I totally mess the whole thing up. At the end though, once it's dry and everything, and if you're selling it especially, I would go in with your sealer spray like Aleene's and just give it a light spritz. And then run your finger over it once it's dry to make sure that it's not coming off on your hands. Here is her hat. My clay. I only use exclusively Primitive Pumpkin. I would say a lot of people say it's a soft firm. I've used I use Primitive Pumpkin and Mariposa's Creations. I love their clay. For me, it's the best consistency. I've used other clays and they're fine. I just like the consistency of this clay. It works the best for me. If the clay is too dry, I find it cracks, or I have a lot of texture and I can't handle that. It's just, it's not my jam. So my two favorite clays right now, I'm going to add a little brown, and it's a brown shimmery color. Just keep adding to this to get the color I want. But anyways, those are the two I like because I like the consistency. I find I don't get any weird textures, no cracking, nothing like that. Hold on. Yes, I did just do that. These two palettes, because people all the time ask, I just got them at Five Below. They were like $5. Do I know if they still carry it? I have no clue. I don't really go to Five Below very often. And when I do, I don't look at their palettes because I already have them. Maybe next time I go, I'll check. I'm going to move this because she's totally trying to play on my desk. And not that I need to give her more space. I'm going to though. So I like this orange. I'm going to see what that looks like, if it changes it at all. Okay. And then I will take a finer detail. And if it didn't get in all the cracks, I will go in and color those in. And then you will have to wash this after, or leave it on there and wipe it on your pants when you go to use it at another time. So I'm going to go into all the cracks that are in the cutter with a darker color. Because you want to give the illusion, you know, that it's deep and all that. So I'm going in with a brown. And then this is a buckle. I'm probably going to take some puffy paint or stickles and accent that better. But for right now, we'll just do this since I'm using the brown. Okay. So I just highlighted in all those holes. Okay. You're welcome, Lori. Yeah, the makeup, just for me, it's easier. I know it's funny because I all the time say I don't like to paint. And I think it's just because painting is messy for me. I'm always messy. And makeup, I can just kind of wipe it on my pants and go do whatever I gotta do. Or use a wipe. And when okay, you dropped it? Thank you. With paint, you know, you have to wash your hands. So I'm going to do her hair in a brown. And I'm going to do it multiple shades of brown. So I'm just going to keep using that same one I was highlighting with. And add in my browns. Don't forget you want to get the side of your cookie cutter too. You could just do that in a solid color, but
Yeah.
Red. Alright, so I did it in the one color so far, and you'll see it's not all the way in the cracks. Hi, Jana. Hi, Vicky. You're having lots of problems. There you go. You're welcome. So then I'm going to go in and get some regular brown. You did a good job there. And go up into her bangs. Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? I have no clue. My husband is on vacation. He actually was going to take the kids to, I forget. One of the parks that's by us, Kennywood or something. But then he just decided, because it looks kind of rainy and stuff in the forecast, to just kind of skip it and just go to Cedar Point again. So they're at Cedar Point today. That's fine. All right. it's bluey. Or bingo. You shouldn't have left him with the clay all over him. You're gonna have to peel it off. So now I'm gonna grab another glittery brown, a different one, and kind of go in. And I'm just gonna keep kind of going over this until I'm happy with the coloring. So I want her hair to be a brown.
Yeah.
And I'll show you. And I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible, but I'm not going to lie. I can spend quite a bit of time on these. It actually, funny enough, is relaxing. And it's just like painting, right? See how it's coming out? Going to a wedding. Thank you for answering. Yes, I got the palettes at Five Below. But I got them like 2 years ago. So I can't guarantee you that they're going to have them. But I will tell you that Five Below has a very nice, like, vibrant collection. So that's, you know, good for people who's looking for vibrant colors. I'm going to take, so my pink blush brush is way bigger. If I was doing like the 6-inch one, I could use it for her. But since her face is so small, I want to just use a very skinny paintbrush. Okay, and then I'm going to do her lips in a red. This is not a good brush. It's not stiff enough. Make sure there's nothing on that one. This one's a little better. I actually want to do something. I hope that this clay is still dry enough. That is not the tool. No, it's not dry enough. It's too wet. Crud. Oh well, it is what it is. So there is. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Michonne. Hi, Robin. All right. And if you want, you can go in, and maybe I should just use this. Let me see if this works. Highlight her nose. You need that open. You just want to use, because there's like a mark where her nose would be. You just want to use a darker color makeup and shove it down in there so that it accentuates her nose. All right. She does have a necklace on. So, I'm going to use some stickles to like draw where the necklace is. And I think I'm going to use like a rhinestone or something to put where her, like the stone on the necklace is. Oh, you know what? Since I'm making this earthy tones, I have a green stone, and it's bigger than the hole, but nobody's gonna know or care. All right, bye, Tina. Hi, Debbie from Australia. Thank you, Robin. Thank you guys for being here. Oh my goodness. I'm really bad. I need to buy like an acrylic plate or something. But when I need my glue. I always just put it on here so that I have a way to spread it out. And then, because I don't want to use my glue, like squirt it on here, because this is tiny. And it'll be way too much glue. So I'm going to put my glue in and try not to make a mess. We're not putting the puffy paint on yet because we all know when you start playing with puffy paint, you're going to make a mess. So I think I'm going to try to get her hair a shade darker because it's blending with her hat. But once I add all the details around, I don't think you're going to see it. But I'm going to try to get her hair just a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in with this really dark brown. That's the nice thing, is you can just keep adding to it and you don't have to wait for the paint to dry, because we're using, I don't like that one. I already decided I didn't like that one and I'm still using it, right? You don't have to wait for the paint to dry. If you don't like you decide you want it to go a shade darker, you just put the color on top. If you want to go a shade lighter, you do have to wipe it off though. So now I'm going in with some black because, again, trying to get it just like a shade darker. Shade or two darker, really. I'm liking that. And there is like a little bit of hair up along the brim of the hat. So you want to, make sure that you do that. Oh, she's pretty. Look at that. All right. And again, I'm going in and highlighting her hat a little more because I just feel like maybe it wasn't dark enough. And actually, here, let me decide this right now. Oh, I like the way that looks. So this is her, like the brim of the hat has like a buckle and there's like leaves and stuff. So you're going to want her hat to have that buckle. All right. So pretty, right? All right. So the flower that's on the hat, you could just paint it, or you could, find a little flower to put there. It's going to be hard because it is really small. You could still put a big flower on it. I'm not saying it would be terrible. Here, let me kind of lay it there and show you guys. Like, this flower would be cute. It just would be oversized, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay. Or you could use this flower when you... Here, I'll show you. You could take these apart. My fingertip still really hurts, you guys. You can take this apart a little bit, take a couple layers off, and make it smaller even. And then use it still, so it wouldn't be so crazy big. Don't be afraid to use what you have. I'm not going for that color scheme. I'm trying to go more earthy tones. It's hard for me because sometimes I just want to add all the colors. Did I bring my other flowers over here? I don't think I did. What is happening? I have wipes down here. Why are you bringing me wipes? This kid, she's going to put everything on my desk. Everything goes on my desk. Now go put these back. You can use a cabochon for the flower. I bought these, and I want to say I got them on Temu. Who knows at this point? But they're really cute. I do have... Hold on, let me go grab my other flowers, too. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you wiping Bingo off? Silly Goose is on the loose. Excuse me, ma'am. So then, like, I have, like if you liked that style, you can use that style. I have these paper ones. And then, like, I have, like, these ones. Like, so you could use a cabochon. Quite a few little cabochon. I'm just going to kind of look through. I already kind of have my idea of what I want to put on there, but you never know. Sometimes you might change your mind. I'm looking for something green, but I just don't have a lot. I don't know that they sell a lot of green stuff. You could make a flower. Next Wednesday. But you can order in between sales. You don't have to wait for a sale to order. I have 2 packs of these, and I think they're slightly different. There. This one has like these gold ones. Those might be cute. I wish there was a white. There's only this one, which is kind of a pinky color. We're just going to go with it. Close these because they look like problem. Yeah. These are going to be available. I'm going to try to put them today on my Facebook page. But if they're not, you can just private message me. Hi, Sam. How is it going? We are just working on some cookie cutters. Trying to look and see if I have any small leaves to stick in here. I don't tend to use the leaves in here, but these companies need to make some smaller stuff for us. Please and thank you. I don't know, maybe I can use this one. Me trying to rip it. Yes, yes. If you came in late, these are going to be for sale right now. They are cookie cutters. They're not molds. You can't fill them with anything. They can be, oh, that was about to fall. They can be used with air dry foam clay. People have messaged me and asked, you know, could you use it with other types of clay? I don't know. I only use air dry foam clay. So I couldn't even be the one to give you that advice. If you want to try one out and let me know, go ahead. And then I can share that with others. But for my own personal experience, no, I have not tried that. So I don't know. So I'm just cutting off little pieces of these leaves because I think that'll be pretty to add a little bit of different color in there. So I'm just using Titebond Quick and Thick to glue these on. Oop, and throw them around a little. The part of the project, you have to throw your stuff around a little bit. It doesn't work unless you do. Alright, I just got all the glue in there. This glue does dry clear. I've used it for rhinestoning and I haven't noticed any crazy blobs or anything. This one might give me a problem. I might have to put more glue there. Okay. So my college kid goes back to school in 10 days. So next week, morning Rebecca, next week we will be going school shopping and all the things. I am not there yet. Need to look and see. Do I have any green? Green. I do have green and orange rhinestones. So I am hungry. When I get off of here, I'm making some breakfast. Oh my god, I got 4 minutes. Holy guacamole. I have 4 minutes. So obviously, I'm only going to finish one of these. And just so you know, they're not that hard. The biggest issue is like figuring out your colors, right? Like you want to, do your hair so it looks like there's different levels of coloring. This may not stay. It's lifting because that leaf. I might have to shove a little tiny bit of hot glue in there just to hold it long enough so that Titebond can grab. But Titebond is pretty good. I think like once it gets a little tackier, I can probably shove it down, but it wants to not stay. You know what? We're just gonna put a little more down. But thank you guys for joining me today. I did put the lineup on my page a couple of days ago. So I'm going to have to go back and probably post it today because I'm sure a lot of people will be looking for it. You're going to peeve me off. Thank you for sprinkling. You guys are probably all over there like, girl, seriously, get it together. I'm going to put a couple rhinestones around just to give it... Okay, we're just going to stop messing with that until I throw it across the room. And only because that leaf wants to lift. And I want the leaf there, so it is staying there, whether it wants to or not. And we'll make it. But anyway, so the buckle, I put my stickles away. Let me grab it real quick. The buckle, I have 2 minutes, so I can show you real quick. And just an FYI, Evelyn has that half of the desk. I have like a sliver of my desk. Good thing it's big. So the buckle, I would go in and put, you know what I'm going to do really quick? I'm going to put some glue because I'm going to rhinestone the middle. So it's going to look crazy to you guys for a minute. I'm going to put the rhinestones. I know I have. You know what? I don't know. We're just going to leave that for a second and I'll show it to you. Ignore the glue that I just globbed on there. I'm going to put rhinestones in there. So I'm going to take that stickles and actually I'm going to go through the hair with a little bit of the brown stickling and make it glittery. But look at how she turned out. So these are my new cookie cutters. There's going to be 3 of them. There's this one, which now has like a neck. And then there is this one. And I will give it a name. Oh, look at how cute that is, Evelyn. And then there's this one that's a front-facing witch, which I will work on and post later today. So thank you guys for coming and seeing me. Hi, Gail. Hi, Natalie. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I am live on Saturday and Sunday. I kind of forgot that I scheduled myself this weekend. My husband's on vacation, so maybe we'll go do something tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. I am going to do a giveaway because I hit 9,000 viewers, but I just haven't figured out what that's going to be. Thank you, Sam. Hi, Margaret. And thank you guys for coming in. I'm going to go eat some breakfast. Have a good one. Bye. Come over, say bye. Sorry, guys. She's got to say bye. Come on, hurry up. Say bye.
Bye.
Say have a good day. Had to come back to say bye. She started to go, what?